children, welcome back to our EVS 1 class. Myself, Mrs. Shagufta Sheikh, have come up with a new lesson of EVS 1. But before starting a new lesson, let me ask you some question on our environment. Children, what do we mean by pollution? Yes, pollution means the presence or introduction of a substance into the environment which has harmful or poisonous effect. For example, vehicles we use for traveling, the smoke removing from vehicles, all garbage thrown into river water, and cutting down of trees are harmful for our environment. So children, today we are going to learn a new lesson, that is, are we endangering our environment? Children, here two pictures are given. The one picture is of 20 years ago and the other one is of the same place, but now how it looks today, that is at present. Now children, 20 years ago there were open fields around the city. Today there are new colonies there. There was a big spreading tree near the railway gate. Different kinds of birds and insects lived happily in the tree. Now children, where have those birds and insects gone today? Both the picture is of the same place. But in the first picture we can see open fields, trees, birds and animals, insects. And the picture of today we can see only the rail track is there, but all the buildings are there. No fields we can find, no trees are there. So children, where have these birds and insects gone today? As we all know, birds need tree for building their nest. So these birds and insects might have gone to the forest where they can find the fields and trees. Yes, no? Now children, here three pictures are given again. What similarities do you find between a city, a village and a forest? Your three pictures are there. One is of city, village and forest. So children, what differences or what similarities do you find between a city, a village and a forest? So children, the first picture is of city. There is less open space we can find in cities. The number of trees and animals is less. Number of vehicles and people is comparatively more. And in the second picture of village, we can find more open space is found. Then the number of trees and animals is more. Number of vehicles and people is comparatively less. And the third picture is of forest, where we can find trees, animals and insects. We cannot see people there or vehicles. Yes, no? Now children, let us see the progress made by human beings. Man is more intelligent than all other animals. As we have seen in our previous lesson, how he invented wheel. He makes use of his intelligence to make his life more comfortable. All living things make use of what they find in their environment. But only man can carefully study the things in the environment. He produces new things from materials in the environment. Now, let us see how. Children, this is a story of about 150 years ago. Researchers found out how to use mineral oil. Man now had a new and useful fuel to use. He then invented some vehicles that would run on this new fuel, such as motor car, bus, truck and scooter. They also developed railway engines that would run on coal. Children, in olden days when there were no vehicles, how did the man travel from one village to another? Yes children, think. In those days, if one had to travel from one place to another, he had to walk or ride on a horseback or on a bullock cart. Various animals were used to carry burdens or to draw the carts. Roads and railways were built for transportation. So now we travel by bus, train, and any other mode of transport. This helps us to save both time and labor. Children, we take up various schemes to make our life easier and prosperous. The most important thing is water. We all need water to live. As you all know various sources of water, we build dams to satisfy our need for water. We build roads and railways for transportation. Factories are set up to manufacture all the things we need. We build houses so that everyone can have a shelter of their own. The things we need to do all this have to be obtained from the environment. We get them from the places like forests, farms, and mines. Water is used in the factories, and then the wastewater is let into the rivers. And children, what does this create? The wastewater from the factories? Yes, it creates the pollution. All this has an effect on the environment. If the environment is harmed, it has harmful effects on all living things, and man is no exception for this. Now children, we will see the growth of the population. Here two questions are given and we have to find out. Let us see the first question. A census was done in 1951. What was the population of our country then? So children, here we have to find the population in the year 1951. So the answer is the population of our country in 1951 was nearly about 37 crores. Let us see the second question. A census was done in 2011. What was the population of our country then? So children, the population of a country in 2011 was nearly about 121 crores. As in the first we have seen what was the population? It was 37 crores. And in 2011 the population went to 121 crores. That means the population is increasing. In the last 60 years, the population of a country has tripled. It is still growing. So, the demand for all those things that we need to take from the environment has increased many times over. People could not get employment in villages. So, they began to leave and to go to the cities in search of work. Cities became overcrowded. The population in the cities grew beyond the limits. Cities began to experience a shortage of water. There were not enough houses for everybody, so people could not find a place to stay. There used to be open spaces and fields around the cities. Now new colonies came up, and to build these new houses and colonies, the trees there had to be cut down. Children, in cities, one has to travel long distances to get to work. So, people in the cities began to buy vehicles that run on fuels. In all big cities, these vehicles spew smoke as they are driven around. The smoke mixes with the city air. This is called a pollution, no? So, as a result, people began to have breathing problems. Instances of asthma and other lung disorders began to increase. Trees have been banished from the cities, so birds do not find places to build their nest. They also find the smoke in the city air troublesome. They are no longer sure of getting water when they are thirsty. So, there are fewer and fewer birds in the cities now. The number of butterflies and other insects is also falling. So children, see how we are doing harm to the birds and insects. Because of the increasing population, the drainage system in cities fails sometimes. Then water collects in the midst of living areas. Mosquitoes grow in it. They spread diseases like malaria, dengue, filaria, chikungunya. Do you see how the increase in the population spoils the life we lead in cities? Yes, children? Children, here we have completed half part of our lesson. As we have seen how the population spoils the life that we lead in cities. So children, the remaining part of our lesson we will continue in our next video. Till then, read the lesson carefully. And also subscribe our channel to receive further notification. Thank you.